I'm Jason with the All Things Open team. I'm here with Ben. We're going to talk about using AI every day, new tools, and more. Ben, welcome to the studio. Please introduce yourself to the All Things Open community.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me. My name is Ben Ilegbodu. I'm a senior software engineer at Netflix now. Been there for about a year or so. And I work on the TV app on the UI side of it and developer productivity. So helping developers be more productive, with ESLint and other CLI tools, CI to make it run faster, like all those sorts of things is what my team focuses on.
Perfect. So you're passionate about GenAI for everyday applications.
Yes.
What excites you about that, and why is it important to you?
Well, it's important to me because I would say a year and a half ago or so, GenAI was, GenAI, it's blowing up. And I was like, well, how do I become a part of this, right? The company I was at wasn't building chatbots or anything like that, but I want to know how it works so that if I'm ever in an experience where I can leverage it, I have the experience. I can be the expert in the room. So I started figuring out, okay, well, how can I slip it into different experiences, right? I could just use it without having to build something huge with lots of people and things like that. So I feel like using it in everyday experiences, integrating it into what we are already doing, will enable more developers to be able to use it, and gives them, it empowers them, all of us, to be able to have that experience. That way, when there becomes this divide of GenAI developers and not, they can be in the GenAI developers. We want more people in that bucket who aren't getting left behind.
Sounds cool. What would you recommend for someone just getting started with GenAI today? How can they dip the toes?
Dip the toes in. Yeah, so obviously taking a look at kind of the concepts of GenAI, right? Everybody knows about chatting back and forth, but there are other things that we can leverage to be able to use GenAI. So I think really the first one, which is what my talk was about, is first start thinking of ways that you can use it, right? And just like with everything, it's build something and then leverage the SDK that you can use to build it and just try it out and see what you can do and see what it can do for you in your application, right? So the barrier to entry is actually really low, which is really nice.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of discussion about AI's role in development. Do you think AI will replace developers?
Well, not anytime soon. Although, AI didn't exist, quote unquote, 3 years ago, so who knows what it can do. But really right now, AI is either an assistant or a recommender of things, right? It's not the answer. It's going to fast track you to something, right? So it fast tracks me to filling out some code or writing tests or giving me the answer to a history question. Like all of those types of things are what AI does right now. It can be agents. It can sign up things for me, or it can make a calendar event and stuff like that, but it can't replace the creativity yet, at least. So I think we're in good space right now, but all the more reason to be involved in that space.
Right. I totally agree. Do you have any lessons from the basketball and sports world that you can apply to tech? I'm just so curious.
Oh, yeah. I love basketball. I love sports and things. And really it's around the concept of teamwork, right? So there's this quote that you can go fast by yourself, but you can go far in a team. And I think that applies in basketball and sports, but also in our development teams as well. So I could go off and do a proof of concept really, really fast, but if I want this thing to go to production, we've got to work together. We've got to plan how we're going to release it. I need to use product managers, even though sometimes I disagree with what they want to do. It's a team effort in order to solve these problems.
Great. Thanks for sharing that experience.
Yeah.
What's a new tool that you've been using lately to boost productivity?
So there's a tool called Graphite. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it allows us to build or create stack branches in Git. So if you think about, you have a branch and then you rebase on that and you rebase on that, it's kind of a nightmare to maintain that as you're putting PRs up. But now I can put up 3 PRs stacked on top of each other. And then once they get reviewed, they automatically get merged in there. So it's a really nice experience for me to just do work, not be stressed that no one's reviewing my PR, but just keep moving and keep moving. And then as someone who reviews PRs, it encourages people to do smaller PRs instead of creating these huge, 50,000 file change things. So I think it ends up delivering or enables us to deliver better code.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a tip, best practice, or a piece of advice that you'd like to share with the ATO community?
Yeah, I really suggest that people just become doers and just try to build something instead of just reading and thinking about it, because the way that I've learned things and become the expert is actually been struggling through the implementation of it. So I'm building it, this thing isn't working, now what? I have to debug it, I have to figure out the holes in it, that sort of thing, and you can't really get that experience without doing it. So I've been lucky in that at each stage of my career, I just happened to jump on something before it became really popular, and then I become that expert, but it's only because I struggled with it 6 months before, right? So really just taking that time to jump in on something that they're interested in and learn the hard way, I guess.
I think it's a great best practice, Ben.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time today. Thanks for being in the studio. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Yep.